Guys, I have my top 5 list. Things that are wrong with Hard Knocks.
Oh, good.
Right? Number 5. Are we ready for?
We're only 2 episodes in. You already have 5.
I got 5.
Okay.
I got 5 problems. Right?
What day does it come out?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Okay.
We'll recap it on Wednesday. Number 5. They're hiding Jared Goff. He's, you know what? He's crushed. He has to be crushed, right? Gets traded from LA to Detroit, and then his team goes and wins the Super Bowl, and everyone talks about, oh, it's great to finally have a quarterback. His life is in the shitter right now, relatively speaking. And that's why they're hiding him, because he's sad. They don't want to show
You think
us.
he's a sad boy?
He's a sad boy. He is.
I think that he probably, they probably just don't want, A, I don't think he's that interesting, and B, they don't want, quarterback controversy. They're just like, let's focus on our other guys. Maybe he won't be around that long.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Jess, because number 4, no players. Hard Knocks is always focused about players. Give me a star player. Give me a guy who had a great rookie year. Give me someone who may or may not make the roster. One of my favorite characters of all time is John Connor from the Jets, the Terminator. Sorry.
Yeah, come on. Can't cut off a fake Stugotz at the pass. No, they know what they're doing. They pour over hours. They know what's engaging. They have something with the coach.
They did the Aiden Hutchinson thing in episode 1. Yeah. I didn't think he was that.
Lau's wife, the Olympic
Aiden Hutchinson, a.k.a. J.J. Watt Jr. Anyone get those vibes? Guys, nobody got those vibes of complete, absolute fraud.
I still haven't watched Hard Knocks. I don't feel like I feel like I know what Hard Knocks is with Dan Campbell, and the whole thing's just going to be annoying after episode 2.
Not at all.
No,
and his whole coaching staff is awesome.
You don't think,
the coaching staff is awesome.
So number 3, too much coaches.
You're wrong. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Too much coaches.
But these are all cool former NFL player coaches.
But I feel like I'm watching Hard Knocks from 2003. I want to watch modern Hard Knocks. I want new characters. I don't want to relive. Remember Mark Brunell? Yeah, he was really good on NFL Blitz. I don't want to do that. By the way, Mark Brunell, great coaching. He said, guys, I got 2 tips for you guys today. Throw to our guys. Don't throw to the other guys. And then he walks in, he takes a swig of water. He's so proud of himself.
I got mad beef with Mark Brunell. Mad beef.
Why is that?
Because he joined the Le Batard Show when we first started working for ESPN. He was also a part of ESPN. And I said when he called the phone, I told him what Dan was going to mention to him just so I could prep him. And he answered the question on the air. And then 2 weeks later, I got called into the office by ESPN folks saying, why'd you ask Mark Brunell this? He said he was totally stunned and surprised by it, totally blindsided by the question. I'm like, well, I never actually do this, but I ran the question by him. He just straight up lied to them. And then afterwards, at least a month later, he fessed up that he's like, okay, yeah, he ran it by me. But he just straight up lied to folks, trying to make me look bad.
Dick move. Also,
and I loved him as a kid. I had a Mark Brunell jersey. I don't even remember. I really don't know what it was, but he just straight up lied to folks. So I've always carried a resentment since that moment.
I carry it with you. I think he's an awful human being.
You just learned about it.
Now, you know what? That's what empathy is called.
We're not Mark Brunell guys anymore.
Never again. But also, they don't really coach. They just talk shit to each other.
That's true, too.
What are we doing here?
I did kind of watch
that though.
And I wondered, is this why they only had 3 wins? Because the coaches are kind of just hanging out and yelling at each other the whole time.
All right. Number 2, ironically.
By the way, 2 of your 3 things so far were exactly the same. Not enough players and too many coaches was kind of the same thing.
Not really.
Okay.
Because we could see owners, we could see GMs,
equipment staff.
Yeah, we're getting 0 character development.
Sprinklers.
We're getting zero character development outside of the coaches, who are characters that we already knew about. Already know all this stuff. Now, this is what's going to sound a little ironic. Number 2, not enough Dan Campbell. I came for the Dan Campbell is Unhinged show, and I got 1 good speech, and that's it. And him doing the up-downs, which I believe is incredible.
With a broken wrist.
That was very look at me, Louie.
Oh, of course. But, guys, you know what the number 1 thing on my list is? Backup quarterback David Blau refuses to cuss. Fuck! fudge. Golly. I'm like, man, if you got that energy in you, go ahead and cuss, man. It's on HBO. You could say it. You could say it. It's all right. I was so upset. Like either you got your mind doesn't even travel there, or it does and you go there. But to stop short every time, oh sugar, I'm like, don't do that, man. Encapsulate that energy.
Oh, sugar?
Yeah.
He says sugar?
He said fudge. Sugar might be an exaggeration, but he said fudge.
Yeah,
after fumbling the ball and turning it over and losing the game, basically.
Your top 5 has only reaffirmed that I should not be watching this.
Look,
it seems like the act gets tired by episode 2.
It
does. It was just because they haven't done what they usually do. It's not the.
It's got no interest. I'll wait till the useless sound montage.
No, the in-season one.
I know what Dan Campbell is.
The normal formula is like you follow along a guy who's trying to make the team and a guy who just signed a massive signing bonus and they're like trying to find themselves.
Love those stories. Danny Amendola was one of those stories. Bobby Scipio with the Chiefs. I love the guy that's
Darren Waller. Yeah, like they haven't done that though.
Have we met the guy yet that walks you to the room to get cut?
Not yet.
I've always wanted that. I wouldn't want that job, but you always meet that guy on the staff.
I've done that.
The coach's assistant that's like, hey, coach needs to talk to you.
You had that job before?
I didn't have that job, but I've had to do that. I've had to do the they want to talk to you.
Where they know.
I can't even remember the player's name. It was one of those people that like you say the name now, I probably wouldn't recognize it. It's a guy that never played in the league.
It's someone that they didn't send the real person's job
like
to
it's
do
not,
that with.
It's not Jaron Collins or someone like that. It's someone who's like who never
Lou
played in the
Almanson.
league. No, not Lou. Not Sweet Lou. Come on now.
I have 2 gripes with Hard Knocks, by the way.
Oh, do you have a top 2 list?
No, just 2 that you left out.
Okay.
The number 2 gripe that I have, I don't need to see that the Cardinals are coming up in the regular season every single episode.
That's the coolest part.
No.
At the end of the episode, you see like was it Hopkins doing like on the box jumps and stuff.
Hopkins was the first episode.
And then last episode it was Kingsbury just rewinding and fast forwarding.
In the saddest looking room ever with abs. It looks like a prison that he's in. There's nothing on the wall. He looks miserable. When you see that, you're also like, he's the best looking thing ever 5 years ago, maybe, but we've aged very quickly.
Oh, man, like the president of the United States, not Joe Biden.
All of them.
He's not your president?
No, I mean like
careful.
The presidents that actually aged in the White House as opposed to showed up to the White House aged. Billy, what was number 1 on your list of things?
I can't buy the grit hat that they have on him anywhere. Everywhere it says grit, hats with official like NFL logo on it. There's grit shirts, everything. It's like official NFL apparel. It's not for sale. You can't buy. You know how many of those they would sell?
The best part of episode 1 was he's giving a speech and he says, everything we need is right there. And I thought he was pointing at them. And then they zoom out. He's pointing at a huge wall, like a floor-to-ceiling mural of the word grit. Just
awesome.
I laughed so hard.
Didn't he say something about as long as we have grit, we could have like 3 fingers or something and still win?
No, I don't care.
It was 3 fingers and 1 ass cheek.
No, I don't care. I don't care if you've got 3 toes and 1 ass cheek. I'm going to kick your ass.
Which seems...
So he's not talking about himself. He's talking about his opponent.
So if you're disabled, I will
kick your ass.
I don't think that's what he meant.